Hi, hello and welcome to VM Commerce. This is Meenakshi. Today in this video we are going to see 12th Standard Commerce, chapter number 6, Money Market, part 2. In the previous video we have discussed about the meaning of money market, objectives and characteristics of money market. In this video we are going to see about the instruments which are traded in money market. So previously we have seen treasury bills, money at call, commercial bills, etc. Now there are also new instruments traded in the money market. They are commercial papers, certificate of deposits, interbank participation certificates, repo instruments. First instrument is treasury bills. A market for the purchase and sale of treasury bills is known as treasury bills market. So what is the meaning for the treasury bills? These treasury bills are issued by the government as a promissory note with a guaranteed repayment at a later date. So this is called treasury bills. So issued by the government only. So these are very popular and enjoy a high degree of liquidity. So liquidity means free flow of funds in the market. Then the treasury bills is a promissory note issued for a specified period. What is the meaning for the promissory note? It is a signed document containing a written promise to pay a certain sum of money. Okay, so the government promises to pay the specified amount mentioned therein to the bearer of the instrument on the due date. So the period is does not exceed a period of 1 year, so less than 1 year for the treasury bills. General features of treasury bills. The issuer is government only. Finance bills. So finance bills is a money bill. It contains the details relating to the amendments passed in the Lok Sabha. Then liquidity, free flow of funds. Vital source. So the treasury bills plays an important source of lending the short-term investments. Then monetary management. So the government is managing all these treasury bills. Types of treasury bills. So the treasury bills are issued to the public and other financial institutions. These can be freely marketable in the money market. So it can be bought and sold at any time. So these bills are traded in secondary market also. On the basis of the periodicity, the treasury bills are divided into three types. That is 91 days, 182 days and 364 days treasury bills. First, what is 91 days treasury bills? It is issued at a fixed discount rate of 4% as well as through auctions. So the treasury bills are issued at a fixed rate of discount. So the rate is fixed at 4%. So it can be sold through auctions also. So the RBI holds the 91 days and 182 days treasury bills. They are issued on tap basis throughout the week. What is the meaning for tap basis? Tap basis means it wants a sort of issue procedure. So the tap issue procedure, which the bonds are issued at their original face value but sold at the current market price. Okay. Then 364 days treasury bills. It does not carry any fixed rate. In 91 days they carry a fixed rate of discount 4%. But in 364 days they do not carry any fixed rate of discount. So it is quoted in auction by the participants and accepted by the authorities. So in auction, for what amount they are asking, for that only the authorities also going to accept. So this rate is called as a cut-off rate. Next instrument is certificate of deposits. So this is also a short-term instruments issued by the banks and other financial institutions. It is also issued in the form of promissory notes. So it easily convertible in nature. All the money market instruments are only short-term investments. So they can be easily convertible in nature. So marketable form having particular face value and maturity. So the certificate of deposits carry a particular face value and maturity period also. So it can be easily transferable from one person to another person. And a certificate of deposit is negotiable feature. They are also known as negotiable certificate of deposits. Who is issuing the certificate of deposits? The issuers are commercial banks and financial institutions. Who is subscribing? The subscription by individuals, corporations, trusts, associations and NRIs. So these people are subscribing the certificate of deposits. Features of certificate of deposits. It is also called as a time deposit. So they are having some specified period, duration. Then second point, it is unsecured negotiable instruments. So negotiable instruments, we know that. What is that unsecured negotiable instruments? So unsecured means having a high level of risk. So the certificate of deposit is having high level of risk in this. It is freely transferable by endorsement and delivery. Endorsement, transferring the bill to one person to another person, and it is issued at a discount to the face value. It is repayable on a fixed date without grace days. So for certificate of deposits, there is no grace days are allowed. Then commercial bills. A bill of exchange issued by the commercial organizations to raise money for short-term needs is called commercial bills. These bills are of 30 days, 60 days and 90 days maturity. So the maturity period for commercial bill is 30 days, 60 days and 90 days. They are having a specified duration. Then this instrument drawn by the seller of goods on a buyer of goods. That is the bill of exchange. We have seen when credit sales is made, the seller will draw on a bill on the buyer. So that is called a commercial bill. It possesses the advantages like self-liquidating in nature, recourse to two parties, knowing the exact date of transactions, transparency of transactions. So this is a self-liquidating in nature and recourse to two parties. So these involves recourse. What is the meaning for recourse? To seek help from others, to seek the amount from others. So recourse between the seller and buyer, and we can easily know the exact date of transactions, also the maturity period, and transparency of transactions. Transparency means it is visible, it is easily understandable. So all the transactions can be easily understood through this bill. Then features of commercial bills. So who are all involved in the commercial bills? Drawer, acceptor, payee, discounter and endorser. So drawer, who is drawing the bill, then acceptor, who is accepting the bill, payee, one who receives the payment, discounter, discounting of the bill, who is going to discount that, endorser, who is endorsing the bill. And also we can see that maturity period also in that commercial bills. Then types of commercial bills. First one is demand bills. So from the heading itself we can easily understand demand bill means when the drawer is asking the money to pay the bill, means the drawee has to immediately repay the money. So that is called demand bills. When there is a demand by the seller, the drawee has to pay the money immediately. So that is demand bills. No time duration for the drawee for the payment of money. Then clean bills and documentary bills. What is the documentary bills? The bills that are accompanied by the documents of title to goods are called documentary bills. So the bill accompanying that document, some of the documents, is called a documentary. So clean bills, it does not accompany any document. So for example, they have given railway receipt and lorry receipt. Through the transport, while transporting the goods, the receipt will be given to the transporter. So that does not contains any documentary evidence. They are going to keep only the receipt. So that receipts are called as clean bills. Inland and foreign bills. The bills which are drawn and payable in India on a person, that is who is a resident in India, are called inland bills. So within our country. So bills that are drawn outside India are payable either in India or outside India are called foreign bills. So the bills drawn within India is called inland bills. Bill drawn outside India is called foreign bills. Indigenous bills. The drawing and acceptance of indigenous bills are governed by native custom or usage of trade. So indigenous bills follows the rules and regulations of that country. So it is governed by the native customs, that is rules and regulations. Then accommodation bills. Accommodation means what? Providing some facilities to the person. So the accommodation bills means it is allowed for some period of time. Maturity period is also there for the drawee to pay the bill. So these are the types of commercial bills. Now moving to the government securities or gilt-edged securities. So the market whereby the government securities can be bought and sold is called government securities markets. So this contains that the purposes of government security market for the refunding the money maturing securities. So on the maturity date the money will be refunded to that person, and for advance refunding securities which have not yet matured before the maturity period also the government can give some advance money on the securities, then raising fresh cash resources. So government securities can also be issued for raising cash resources. So these are all the purposes of issuing the government securities. Then characteristics of government securities. First feature is agencies. So these securities are issued by the agencies. Who are all the agencies for government securities? Central government, state government and semi-government authorities. Okay. For example, they have given municipalities, autonomous institutions such as metropolitan authorities, port trusts, etc. So they are the authorized agents for the government to issue the government securities. Then RBI plays an important role in the issue of government securities. That is, it plays an active role in the purchase and sale of these securities as a part of its monetary management exercise. Nature of securities. What is the nature of security for government securities? This is offer a safe avenue of investment through the guaranteed payment of interest and repayment of principal by the government. So safe avenue of investment. What is the meaning for avenue? The way, the through which we are investing. So the government security is a safe way of safe mode of investment for the public. So it gives an guarantee payment of interest and also the repayment of principal amount after the maturity period. Then liquidity profile. So liquidity profile, this accordingly liquidity profile of securities issued by the central government is high level. So high level of liquidity is possible in government securities. Liquidity means free flow of funds in the market. Then tax rebate. A striking feature of these securities is that they offer wide range of tax incentives to the investors. So the investors can enjoy many tax benefits by investing in the government securities. So this has made these securities very popular for this benefit. So the tax rebate made a very popularity for the government securities. It gives more benefit to the investors. Then market. So where the government securities are traded. Gilt-edged securities is a market. It is traded in over-the-counter market. So over-the-counter market is easily purchase and sell the government securities. So it has two segments also, primary market and secondary market. Through both the market, the government securities can be traded. Then forms. The securities of central and state governments take such forms as inscribed stock or stock certificate, promissory note and bearer bond. What is the meaning for inscribed? Marked with the characters, that is given in the form of a certificates. Inscribed stock means they will be writing the certificates and giving to the investors. Then participants who are all taking part in the government securities market, that is the central state governments and whose holding represent the governmental transfer of resources. So mostly central government, state government and semi government are participating in the government securities market. Then trading, where they are going to trade. Although the secondary market for government securities is narrow, small and less active, banks and corporate holders who purchase and sell the government securities on the stock exchanges participating in trading. So already we discussed it is a over the counter market. So the investors can easily buy and sell the securities through bank also. Then issue mechanism. How they are issuing these securities. The Public Debt Office of the RBI undertakes to issue the government securities. So in RBI, the separate department called Public Debt Office, that department issues these government securities in the market. Then issue opening. So when they are opening the issue of government securities, a notification for the issue of securities is made a few days before the public subscription is open. So before the opening date, a few days before, they are going to give notification for the issue of certificates. Then grooming gradual. Acquisition of securities nearing the maturity through the stock exchanges by the RBI in order to facilitate the redemption is described as grooming. So what is the meaning for grooming? That is nearing the maturity period through the stock exchanges, the RBI order to facilitate the redemption. So that is called as a grooming gradual. Switching. Switching means what? Changing, switching over to something. So that means the purchase of one security against the sale of another security. So it is carried out by the RBI in the secondary market. So this operation is called as switching. So switching of purchase of one security to against the sale of another security. So that is called as switching. Then auctioning, a method of trading whereby merchants bid against one another and where the securities are sold to the highest bidder is known as auctioning. So auctioning means bidding the securities. The trader is going to bid. So who is asking for the higher bidder, the securities will be sold to that investor. So this is called auctioning. So these are all the characteristics of government securities market. Thank you.